Hi all. This is your lesson on interpreting visual information. So we're going to be discussing visual literacy, which is all about understanding what you see. So looking at images in a text and making connections to help you better understand that text. So visual literacy. Visual literacy is a form of critical thinking. So we're going to do a little definition first. So visual literacy is your ability to understand information from images. So some examples: charts, graphs, diagrams, pictures, just different graphics. Anytime you see something in a text that is not words, that is a visual. So this helps you understand the text better because the visual elements help clarify the written information. So you're looking at these images, you're reading the words, and you're connecting the two. So sometimes it's just easier to see things in a visual form. Maybe that's how your brain works. You can't just read something and it makes sense. You might have to make a graphic organizer. You might need a chart, a bar graph to go with the information so you can really see what's going on. So visual images supports the reading and help make meaning of the text. So we're going to talk a little bit about graphs. So graphs are a common type of visual information used in text. So they show information in the text in a way that allows the reader to see a comparison. So you see here in the example, there's different, we're not sure what they stand for because there's no labels, but you can see visually which one possibly has the most, which one looks like it has the least. And you can really obviously see looking at those bars. So comparisons can be between two different things or show change over time. Graphs tend to be used in nonfiction text. It's usually some information that the author is trying to give you. So you're going to read a graph similar to how you would in a math problem. The extra step is to compare the visual graph information to the information in the text. So visual literacy is important for people in every field. You can use this in science, you can use this in reading, you can use this in your everyday life. So ask yourself, how does the graph help the reader to understand what is written even better than if the graph wasn't there? How is that graph enhancing the information in the text? How are you gaining more than if the image wasn't there? So take a second in your own words, explain why a graph could help the reader of a text. So use what I just told you and now think of your own words to describe how a graph could help you understand a text. Okay, now that you've answered that question, we're going to take a look at this COVID world map. So here you see the example of the graph, and this says the coronavirus pandemic has sickened more than 56 million people, according to official counts. As of Thursday morning, at least 1,350,700 people have died, and the virus has been detected in nearly every country, as these maps show. Those are the maps that I did not put in the image. So we read that text, and that information seems really staggering. That's a big number. We're not really sure what that means. But if we look up here at this chart, we can see very clearly, they put it in red for us. They're showing the increase, these new cases. We see visually how upsetting that information is. Just reading the numbers, just reading the statistics might not connect in your brain. You kind of just say, oh, those are just numbers. But when you look at the graph, you see, oh my gosh, this is actually a really serious problem. And it has been, and we need to continue social distancing. We need to continue using hand sanitizer, washing our hands, wearing face masks, because it's November and look at how crazy those cases are. So that's just an example of how you might use a graph to enhance your understanding of a complex issue.